All right. Are we back? I think we're back. Holy crap. All right. Are we back? I think we're back. Yeah, and it helps if I actually mute myself there. Oh, wow. That was, damn, I think I might need a cigarette. I don't even smoke. Well, I smoked once, but that's only because I set myself on fire accidentally. Yeah, lost signal due to vibration. I mean, you know, a great big rocket coming down on the boat tends to rattle the equipment around a little bit. Holy damn, that was almost, I would call that almost too good to be true. Athador, fire bad, we discussed that yesterday. That we did. Damn. Just, I don't have any other words for it. Just, damn. Air Trigger, if you think that was CGI, I've got an anaconda to give you over at Hutton Orbital. Athador, very cool launch, very cool everything. That landing, that was honestly that landing, the dual booster landing, that was impressive. No, I don't deliver. Well, I deliver lots of things. I don't deliver free condos to Hutton. Or from Hutton. Or anywhere around Hutton. I try to avoid Hutton. So again, wow, welcome back, Mr. Moo, here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, and absolutely upstaged by SpaceX and the Falcon Heavy launch. So pretty much, hopefully the Triple Crown. We're not sure quite on the core booster yet, but let's see here. They launched without exploding. And so the launch pad also, with its whole heap and helping of history, is remaining safe. Managed safe booster separation without a collision like people were possibly worried about. Big deal. And then 2 of the 3 boosters we have confirmed safe and sound back on the ground, and we're still waiting on the 3rd one. And also, since I stopped the stream to host and restarting it, a shout out to FH137. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Ding, ding, ding. Awesome. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the Plank Owners Club. Hope you enjoy your stay. Also, another shout out to Ed Banger. Very orky. I like it. For following. And yeah, we're back here in Elite, and suddenly, wow, I just think I'm on drugs now because I just keep wanting to. I think about starting something, saying something, and then my brain interrupts me with 3 more cool things, and nothing comes out except sounds. Yeah, that's a tough act to follow. Uh, not even gonna try. Though I wonder, Frontier, if you haven't put a, midnight cherry red Tesla Roadster into a heliocentric Mars orbit, you might want to think about that. Just saying. Just saying, you put Voyager in there. Make this another little Easter egg to find in the Sol system if you haven't already. Hair Trigger, you can't compete with that? Oh god, don't I know it. Not even the Yuki Cam can save me now. That is... yeah, that was the thing of beauty. Let's fly from spaceships now. Orion, mouth wants to say words, brain says space. Yes, yes. Exactly. Too much space. Furple, I'm in a chat with people saying that other than the Apollo 11 landing, the greatest technical feat. I've got a top 3 on that, too. And I don't know how exact it is, but I've heard anecdotal evidence. Apollo was hard. Yes, Apollo was damn tough. But surprisingly, a lot of Apollo engineers were saying Concorde was incredible. Because Mach 2 plus speed in a shirt sleeves environment, the cooling system was astonishing. This is up there too. I'm not sure. Apollo, yeah, that's at the very top of the list. I'm not sure where this goes, but it's those two can fight it out for second place, or we just tie for second place, or something. But damn, just damn. Let's see here, more expansion data to Hoyle. Yeah, we're just going to do some expansion transport here at the moment. That's Caleri Port, that's Eisenstein Settlement, alright. Let's see what happens here, let's get clear. Alex, you there? Lights on.
Lights on.
Alright, you're there. Gear up.
Ship released. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
You know, and here I go smashing my head into the dock every third time I enter or exit the place. Good thing you don't work at SpaceX. Well, to my credit, I'm doing it all manually. They've got docking computers. Oh. No, seriously, please, I'd love to be involved in SpaceX somehow. Even if you just need, you know, a voice. Even if you just need a voice that gets rarely used. Right. Up the list. We want to go up the list to oil. Soon. Thank you, Alicors. Just a credit on the byline? Exactly. Please? Dear Santa, I've been good this year. Or at least, you know, better than average. So I hear you need another Starman. Well. Oh, if only. I work out. I've got arms. Then again, I've also got a little white cat, so if I... You know, that just makes me look like a Bond villain or something. Then again, speaking of Bond villains, I mean, why hasn't Mr. Musk changed his name to Hank Scorpio yet? Because, let's face it, The Simpsons even predicted him. Actually, they predicted him, flamethrower and all. what are we looking like here? We are at 67% and dropping, but we're in expansion, so let's run some more missions here. Request docking.
Requesting landing pad.
Gear down.
Deploying landing gear.
So let's see here, since we are in mission mode, let's switch elite track over to missions. Alcor's internet, why have you forsaken me? Oh no, what did you do? 8.4 million for taking out skimmers. That's not bad, but it's not like I need the money. Foreman point in the weighing system. Let's do that. And in the meantime, let's head over to Wright Plant to drop off the other stuff. Gear up.
Retracting landing.
You haven't done anything like seriously? Well, have you done anything like frivolously? Run my PC over a power line adapter and it's not working. What were you doing driving your PC around? Well, yeah, if you ran your PC over the Ethernet cable, it might have damaged it. Yes, I'm being purposely obtuse. Don't mind me, the smartassery is strong. For my ally is the snark, and a powerful ally it is. The snark and the jank. At least if anybody's seen me fly X-Wing in, around the, the X-Wing miniatures game, my ally is the jank. That's it, mister. You just lost out on 100 bits. Worth. I gotta be me, man. I gotta be me. So, has anybody told the Air Entry Alliance that we've got a, Okay, did we let a 12-year-old decorate this place? Guys? Gear down.
Down and locked.
Well, thank you for the bits, Al. Of course, I can't stay mad at you. Mighty kind of you. You're a good person. Don't stay mad at people. It's good advice. Also, as the saying goes, never mock a person until you've walked a mile in their shoes. And you're a mile away and you got their shoes. Foreman Point, another one. That's good.
Incoming mission critical message.
They never fit, though. That's true, Hair Trigger. That can be a problem. Wet work contract. Let's see here. What do we want you to do? Oh, it's the Did It Co. I don't care what they want me to do. Never wake a sleeping dragon. Always, yeah, that's a good idea. Destroy Thedidic Co. Sentry Skimmers. Destroy Thedidic Co. Sentry Skimmers. Expansion Couriering. Currying. Sterling Prospect in the Narvert system with modified embedded firmware. Yes, please, and thank you. Ravenhawk Gaming, hello there. What have I missed? Well, you missed a hell of a launch. The Falcon Heavy pretty much pulled off everything. Textbook perfect. So that was neat. Still waiting on word as to whether or not the core booster survived. But the two side boosters, they actually synchronized rocket landing. Shouldn't be an Olympic event, and yet they've made it into an Olympic event. Let's see here. Encrypted data storage salvage. Hostile ships may be sent against you. Oh, that's alright. Alright, we got some missions to do here. Step 1. $58.81. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Ravenhawk, just a quick question. How do you get the different color scheme without messing up the images? Mine always seems to get the odd tint. Yeah, I stumbled across something. I was kind of lucky, I guess. They also changed the way the color scheme works. Let me look up what I use. I use a program called ED Profiler. Let me load that up quick. This is from Dr. Kai. Here we go. And this one seems to work its magic on the color scheme without screwing up character portraits. Nobody gets smurfified on my screen, at least. Riku07. Hello there. Hope you're having a good day. Be right back. Alright, Alcors. See you in a bit. Ravenhawk Gaming, give it a go now. Good luck. Hope it works out for you. It's a really good program. I absolutely love it. I use it to swap in between my my big screen and my VR setup. I use it to swap out between that too, because it just, you know, at the push of a button, it'll change all of your video settings to whatever you got optimized for whatever setup. I'm in a past video now that I can't find anywhere anymore from you. where you explained how to find black holes in the galaxy map. Riku, yeah, sure thing. Let me get landed at Eisenstein first so I don't end up with any ships chasing me down. But yeah, after that I will pop back into the galaxy map and show. There's a couple of techniques on it, and they both work a lot closer to the core, just so you know. But yeah, let me get landed and I will show that off again. Yuki. Hello, little miss. She looked at me, she yawned, she curled back up into a circle of cat. All is right in her world. But here coming after me. Riku, just did my first trip 2,500 plus light years away from the bubble. So isolated out here. 3K, not bad. In fact, that's pretty spectacular. Your first time out, it's scary. You know, I look at players who, like, you know, play Subnautica and then they can't, you know, they're terrified to go too deep, or they're terrified of the creatures down below, and, you know, they play it for laughs, but I can't laugh. I've been there. Except instead of going deep underwater, deep sea, the first few times I went out into ultra deep space, it scared the hell out of me. Well, Forkly might be about where you can start running into the black holes. You bought Subnautica because you watched me. You're scared of water, let alone deep water where you can't see the bottom. Helps to be in a video game, and it helps that you can set it up for basically, you know, freeform mode where nothing can kill you. Including, you know, no oxygen, you know, you don't need to worry about oxygen, don't need to worry about food and water. Yeah, Riku, give it a shot in, you know, freeform mode, just to get used to it and, you know, play around with building the base. I have a lot of fun in that mode too. I mean, just not, you know, not going for any kind of specific goals in the game, just build the best base I can. Orion, I went core and back and I was upset. I was too serious about it. Didn't even set down on a planet. It happens. Get focused on... Too fixated on the goal and then you miss the, what's the expression? Can't see the forest for all the trees in the way? Yeah. Riku gives the creep sometimes way too dark to see anything. Yeah, Sea Glide with its built-in light is your friend. Also with the built-in mapper on it. So, anyway, on approach to Eisenstein. Copy 1-0. Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Oop.
Warning, terrain alert. Climb immediately.
Litho braking.
Scan detected.
Paying attention to chat. Damn it, chat. Stop distracting me. I love you, chat. I can't stay mad.
We're pleased to have you, Commander.
Oh, you had me going there for a minute, Riku. I was looking. I'm not losing any frames, thank goodness. Hate it when that happens. So let's get our data. Let's clear some data out here. That should be good. Max Den Stark. I have a question for you. Since you went and explored for a while, what was it like? What did you experience? How did it feel? This is for an essay. Please help. Just 1 second, Max. I will get to that in a moment. Let me turn in these missions. And also, Riku was asking about the galaxy map and finding black holes. So a couple ways you can do it. Let's go back to where I was when I first, when I found this great big, so many of them. I was in around the Eorm Screwa region. So, okay. Here's the Eorm Screwa region about, 17,000 light years away. Not the best region, but basically you have it in realistic mode. And if you look, you can see, put the galaxy against you for a backdrop, and you got a black hole here, little black dot, here's another black hole. It looks like anything in the Eorm Screwa sector that is Eorm Screwa EL-Y is a black hole. And we can double check this by typing that in. Well, I could be wrong. Let's hit another one and see, though. Strange. Because I was just seeing a ton of black holes there as EL-Y. This works in other sectors of space. There's one. Eorm Screwa AA-A. Well, not having much luck there with that, unfortunately. Sometimes the sector names really do work, and sometimes it's, well, more miss than hit. But if you kind of pan around, you can usually spot something. At this distance from the core, it's tough. Yeah, not very common in some region. Now in the Throeps sector, out here, yeah, let's find some black holes. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. And this one I know, Throeps ZE-A. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. For serious. Did I click on the wrong black hole? Strange. But, this is the, yeah, don't forget SAG A-star. Well, that one I know is a black hole. But my misadventures apparently with coordinate typing notwithstanding, if you use the galaxy as a backdrop, the galactic disk, you can usually spot a whole lot of black holes. All unexplored. I mean, granted, they're around 19,000 light years away, but the other technique to find them is to go into the star map, set it up in map mode, and set the star class and non-sequence star. And now here's one that's AV-Y. All these black holes are now AV-Y. Let's see what that does. That one's a black hole. No, that one's a neutron star. AA-A and AV-Y are now showing up as neutron stars here. Neutron star. A black hole. Weird to go into realistic mode now. Yeah, here's one. There's a nice little trio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You know, just the easiest glance, and then, yeah. Riku, I found a black hole near the center of the galaxy. I've heard of that one. Mikey Topaz, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the crew. Hope you enjoy your stay. And now then, to get back to the question I was asked here by Max Den Stark. Since you went and explored for a while, what was it like? What did you experience? How did it feel? Well, difficult question, because it's only a game. I know that. Obviously, I know that. I look around and, you know, I don't see space outside my window. I see a parking lot. But at the same time, knowing the size of the bubble, you know, let's look up the power play map. This is pretty much all of human inhabited space right here. Not counting Colonia, because that's still ways off, but this is basically all human colonized space with a, well, the great big Charlie Foxtrot being danced over here in the Pleiades. Oh, look at that. That's getting kind of close now, isn't it? But then you go out here. I mean, out here in the bubble, you're never more than 5 minutes, 7 minutes away from, well, 7.5 minutes if you go with a D-rated life support, from help. You can jump to another star system, you can jump to another station, you can jump to a scoopable star. I mean, you know, if you use economical and, you know, if your canopy blows out and you're not out of fuel, I should say. You are close to support. Out here, though, you know, in the deep dark, there's no support out here other than what you bring with you. You know, Niao was on Distant Worlds 1, and she ended up having a rough landing 8,000 light years away from the bubble, and she blew her canopy out. This is before repair limpets. She had to sit there and watch her life support tick down to 0, and she had 0 way of fixing it. That's disheartening. That's demoralizing. But she got back in the cockpit, and once she, you know, got sent back to the bubble, hopped back in the ship and went out again. It's kind of that same feeling. The closest feeling I can think of to comparison out in deep space is if you're swimming in the deep sea. Now, you can swim, you know, go swimming in 4 feet of water, 5 feet of water, 8 feet of water, whatever. But for some reason, when I'm out in deep water, like I've swum in, you know, 900 foot deep water, you know, sometimes a couple thousand feet in some places. And that's terrifying to me because the realization that there is nothing between me and the bottom but 2,000 feet of, you know, chemically bonded hydrogen and oxygen. It's scary. It's that feeling of, wow, there's nothing below you. And it's kind of the same feeling I get out here in deep space. Now, on the other hand, there is some amazing stuff out here. You know, like the Eorm Screwa sector, Throeps being able to just, you know, spit in any direction, and hey, there's a black hole. You know, the exploration is amazing. And when you find a planet, a water world, an Earth-like terraformable something, in a really strange place. That's fun. I keep throwing this out, but you know, I love finding things like terraformable worlds orbiting a neutron star. Sound just spaced out. I'm not seeing any dropped frames here, so may have been just you, Riku. But finding a terraformable world, orbiting a neutron star, that's neat. That's a planet that survived a supernova, and now it's, now you can terraform it, and it's just being sustained by the thermal energy being thrown off by the neutron star. Okay, everybody just got a really weird... That's too bad. Alright, I'll try not to do that again, whatever it was. Okay, my sound just went weird. Riku, imagine seeing supernovas. Yeah, that would be... Well, it would be neat, briefly. And then you'd end up taking a fast ride home. Sorry about that, I didn't hear a thing there on my end. No, I didn't shift in my seat, didn't move my microphone, didn't do anything. So yeah, Max, it can be terrifying because you're out on your own and you've got no backup whatsoever. And on the other hand, it's the knowledge of filling out the map, seeing something nobody's seen before. So you're adding to the body of knowledge that is the game's planetary archive, seeing something never seen before, and quite possibly finding something really, really cool. I mean, it's all really cool, but eventually you get a little tired seeing, ice, rock, rock, ice, rock. M-class star. It's those little gems that you find after sifting through all the sand. I want the mission board, not the commodities market. And to be honest, I still can't go all the way out to Beagle Point. I just don't know that I could do it. Expansion data couriering, that's Foreman Point. Foreman Point. Sterling Prospect. And the Wang system. Alright, so we're going to Wang. Kinda sorta, Riku. Yes, nobody's doing phrasing anymore, I know. And if... Oh dear, maybe that was the sound you heard there, that kind of squeak. That would be my keyboard tray moving. I can adjust that a little bit. Gear up.
Ship detached. You may leave when ready.
Well, no, I can't quite do that here because Twitch would shut me down faster than... faster than something very fast. Vague, like some kind of vague thing. High pitch noise, voice volume went to 0 and then built up to normal volume. Huh. Well, if that squeak just happened again... Oh, static screech like when you first plug a mic into the port. Alright, well, we'll try not to do that anymore. I may have bumped something. I really need to organize the cables here.
Incoming mission critical message.
Encrypted data storage salvage. Well then... Wang 8A, apparently, is where I need to go. Alicor's en route to Narvert. Yeah, something like 56 jumps. Well, good luck to you. I know that's a ways out. No, we don't want to actually drop to real space. Oh no, it's a beluga liner. Watch, I get pirated by a beluga. Well, I'll tell you what I've had to do. I've had to go back to the old OBS studio. Actually for about a month there, I was using Streamlabs OBS, Slobs. And it was working great up until yesterday. I updated it and then nobody could hear the game audio. And I tested it last night and nope. I was trying to record and it was not picking up any game audio. So I've had to go back to the old Streamlabs, or not Streamlabs, but the old OBS studio. Which isn't actually the old OBS studio. I've been keeping it updated. But it may be not exactly as calibrated as I'm usually set up on the main. Can confirm, sound borked. Well, we will do our best to not do that anymore. I have a sneaky suspicion I might know what it will be, but I'm not going to test it again. Oh, yeah, yesterday. Yeah, can confirm sound bork. I can confirm the sound borked. Which is frustrating because, you know, a nice feature of the Streamlabs OBS is that I can have my chat up in there too, and also have all my alert windows all up in one window. Very handy. So now we just gotta find where my signal source is, my mission-specific one. Yeah, Alcors, you've used it. Very useful. Has it borked for you? Is it recording game audio? I know this isn't the signal source I want, but... Degraded emissions detected, threat level 2. Tempting, but not what I'm after. Not currently streaming, yeah, but when I used it, it was fine. Alright. Well, I use it for recording, too, so I don't just stream with it, I record. Record YouTube videos and things. For instance, the Mark II Neutron Highway video, which is hopefully coming up on Wednesday. Don't record not enough hard drive? Gotcha. That would be a problem. Maybe I'm just supposed to head down to the surface and have a look. Let's check the specifics here. Encrypted data storage, unique. Nope, this is orbital. Just wanted to double check that I didn't need an SRV here, and nope. Which is good because, well, since I don't have an SRV, it shouldn't have let me take the mission if I needed one. There we go. Okay, I need 4 of these. It said I needed to be elite, but we'll see. Set 1-2.
Power diverted to shields.
Now we're probably gonna have friends drop down.
Awaiting orders.
Cargo stick deployed.
Interesting. Was expecting more pirates to show up. But this is me not complaining. Set 2-1.
Diverting power to engines.
Mission objective complete.
Alright, takes care of that part.
Incoming mission critical message.
Now let's go drop this off at Foreman. Vox, I think when 3.0 drops, I'm going to keep collectors on almost all my ships. Agreed. Yep, for materials for missions like this. Yeah, pretty much. So this is Sterling Prospect, this is Foreman Point, this is Foreman Point. Alright. Riku, Moo, talk dirty to me about what proton, carbon, and Wolf-Rayet stars are. If you mean neutron stars, those are... Or unless you mean proto. Do you mean neutron or proto? You people. Wolf-Rayet stars, those are, well, those are big stars that are just, they've stopped being proto. Alright, just making sure. Proto-stars are stars that haven't quite hit the hydrogen flashpoint yet. They They're still accumulating matter, but they haven't compressed down to the point where they can hit fusion yet. T-Tauri stars. They are basically a pile of hot hydrogen which haven't actually fused yet. So in a lot of ways, a T-Tauri is a lot like a, say, a gas giant. Yeah, baby stars, basically, Riku. If you're familiar with Arthur C. Clarke's 2001, 2010, 2063, 3001, that series, 2010, there is a plot point where Jupiter, the monoliths keep adding hydrogen to Jupiter until it reaches flashpoint. The mass of the hydrogen keeps crushing down, increases Jupiter's mass, increases Jupiter's gravity, and you end up with a second star in the solar system. Arthur Clarke, very famous author, science fiction author, coined the expression, any technology distinguishable from magic is insufficiently advanced. And yes, before everybody gets their keyboards out, I know I'm being a smartass there. Yeah, this was turning Jupiter into a star. Aha, that would be why I couldn't land here. Because Mr. 40 Coats. 40 coats, that's as many as 4 10s. That's terrible. Carbon stars are stars that... Well, give me a second here. Wolf-Rayets, I never quite finished off what those were. Wolf-Rayet stars are stars that... Well, they're far enough along in their lifespan that they have less in common with stars and more in common with, say, a ticking bomb. It's a great big star that has nearly exhausted its nuclear fuel. And when that happens, it stops being a fusion-based source of light and heat and turns into a very big, if brief, source of light and heat. Gear down.
Deploying landing modules.
Carbon stars are, I want to say they're around the main sequence like our sun. Or they're the same size as the sun, they're much further along the main sequence. But they are also in an advanced age. They are elderly stars that... You see, as stars primarily use hydrogen. That's their fuel. Most common element in the universe. Next up is stupidity. But they have hydrogen. Well, as the hydrogen fuses into helium, and they run out of hydrogen, then they start fusing helium. And they work their way up the periodic table. And eventually they're fusing carbon, and that's when stars, that's when they're kind of in their death throes. They start, ejecting vast amounts of material. When you get to a star that starts burning iron, you've got a problem. And when I say burning, I mean fusing. I know the sun is not a giant wooden fire in the sky. But when a star starts fusing iron, you've got a problem, because suddenly iron is an element that requires more energy to fuse than it puts out. And when that happens, well, you actually would get a cartoon-like clang as the star's core fuses into iron and all the mass crunches down, and then you get an explosion. Because the thing that keeps a star from crushing down on itself is the amount of energy being put out by fusion. It's a very interesting cycle. Basically, the heavier a star, the more energy you need to keep it from collapsing on itself, so the more hydrogen it burns. So very massive stars actually burn out very quickly because they are burning through their hydrogen fuel supply so fast. Big, O-class stars, B-class stars, they've got lifespans measured in the tens of millions of years. Whereas our sun, a smaller than average G-class star, if I remember right, that's got a lifespan measured around the 10 billion year mark, I want to say. The age kind of keeps going up and down. At least the estimates from what I keep seeing. Okay, with the Didiko, pirate assassination. What do I need to do next? Expansion data couriering to Sterling Prospect. I will drop that off in a moment. I need to get back to Right Plant. That's in the Thedidic system. Alcor, send a friend request, by the way. Oh, so you did. Doink. Accepted. Sorry about that. Got a little, distracted. Gear up. Gear up.
Retracting landing gear.
And Vox, you get energy from splitting atoms larger than iron, and from fusing atoms smaller than iron. You are correct. iMage, I guess we have a Tesla sports car en route to Mars. Any more questions if we're living in a fictional simulation? Well, as long as a, a classic Corvette doesn't come out of a space shuttle and make a soft landing. Because that would mean the Lochnar exists, and then we got problems. Vox, so splitting uranium down gives you a lot of energy, and so does fusing hydrogen into helium, but when you get to iron, you can't get any more out of it. Pretty much. Iron is... it's been described to me as one of the most stable elements in the universe. iMage, you will bet I had that soundtrack of heavy metal playing during that launch. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to, but I didn't want to override the stream. But no, Riku, I took... My 3 college courses in astronomy were... I was very happy. I was able to take Astro 120, which was just standard solar system, planetary dynamics, orbital mechanics, etc. Astro 150, which was stellar evolution and galactic motion and, things like the Hubble constant. And then my favorite was Astro 250X, which was bizarre astronomy. That was a fun class. Funny thing is that, back when I took it, there were a lot of things that were only theoretical that have now been, proven. Like gravity waves. Being able to use the colliding neutron stars to detect gravity waves, thanks to the LIGO detector. iMage, did you see they spotted planets in another galaxy this week? Yes, I did. And quite a ways away. At least 6 billion light years away. 6 gigalight years. You're using a quasar's gravity lensing to spot them. Ravenhawk Gaming, you sir are a legend. ED Profiler works like a treat. So much easier to switch between my two favorite profiles. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear it worked out. Gear down.
Deploying gear.
And yeah, I saw that those planets were described as unbound, as in they weren't orbiting. They were just kind of solo planets catapulted through the great void. Vox, had a friend take a college astronomy course whose textbook was something like The 7 Mysteries of Astronomy. Day 1 of class, the professor said 5 or 6 of them had been solved. Yep. Yeah, we are... Hubble was the first step, but we've launched a lot of really good stuff up there that's been helping us find... Well, and we've got a lot of, new Earth-based instruments, which are much, much more sensitive. Alicors, what's this about profiles? If you use a program called ED Profiler, you can switch between color schemes, and you can use it to set up tests for your HUD colors and make sure nobody's turned into a Smurf. And you can also, use it to... I use it to switch between my 2D profile for streaming and my VR profile when I'm just newting around on my own. Estimation of 2,000 free-flying planets per star. Makes for very crowded navigation between stars. Ish. Let me load... Actually, if somebody else could... I don't want to risk any more... No, Riku, newt. Like Hair Trigger says. But if somebody could provide the link to Alicors there for ED Profiler... I don't want to pop out and cause more trouble if I, accidentally click on a link and something works my audio some more. Thank you much, Ravenhawk. Air and Tree Alliance. Planetary scan job. Ah. Alright. We can do that. Gonna need to swap out ships, so, I got something that actually has an SRV on board. Or, just stick an SRV on board. That's easy enough, I suppose. Gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Okay, Moo, explain to me the different gas giant classes that I keep seeing in Elite. Class 1, Class 2, etc. Basically, as far as I understand it, that is the temperature of the planet's atmosphere. Let me double check on that. And in fact, let me just pull up my alternate data retrieval system here. Let's see here. Zdarsky's gas giant classification system. Class 1 gas giants have ammonia clouds. Class 2 have water clouds. Class 3 have no clouds. Let's see, Class 4 have alkali metals in the atmosphere. Above 900 Kelvin, carbon monoxide becomes the dominant carbon-carrying molecule in a gas giant's atmosphere rather than methane. So you end up with the clouds actually having alkali metals bonded in. What class is Jupiter? I believe Jupiter is a class 1, ammonia clouds. You know what? I'm going to need a knee board here. That way I can have a tablet set up, which won't let me, so I don't have to interrupt stream or take focus away. I can just set up a knee board tablet here and do some data retrieval. Riku, isn't it raining diamonds on Jupiter? That's a hypothesis. I don't know if it's been observed. Falcon to Lacey, Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Requesting docking bay.
Request approved. Cleared for landing on docking bay 20.
Almost did it. Waited too long with my flight assist off. Gear down.
The gear.
Stu, hi there.
Locked.
Hope you're having a good day. Alright, let's set this thing up with a SRV.
Touchdown confirmed. Dispatching ground crew.
Vox, I saw someone post an idea where the side menus, nav and functions were moved to a separate tablet. Yeah, that'd be really neat. Riku, correct me if I'm wrong, as far as we know, gas giants are gas to the core? No. They do have a... As far as I know, they have a solid or liquid core. I'm pretty sure it's a solid down at that pressure. It's like how the Earth's core is, what, we got an iron-nickel core. The outer core is liquid iron and nickel, but the pressure is so high down at the inner core that it's solid iron and nickel. And that's kind of what you run into with any other planet too, that the pressure is so high down below that something's going to get, no matter how hot it is, something's still going to get compressed down to a solid. Well, I take that back, unless you've got a really kind of low density planet, and then you'd have a liquid core, most likely. Steam full mod support? Oh, you mean for, let's see here. Not sure what you're asking about there. You mean for like the panels on a tablet? That some kind of Steam mod? It'd be nice. Let's see here. Lightning storms, IMH. Lightning storms turn methane into soot, carbon, which falls, hardens into chunks of graphite, and then diamond. These diamond hailstones eventually melt into a liquid sea in the planet's hot core. I got corrected by Moo. Praise the sun. Oh, please, I'm not that godly. Yeah, Alicors, that would be neat. Your own layout, your own images. I mean, I would fly the hell out of that. Image, seas of melted diamonds. Well, Now, the theory I've heard on white dwarf stars is that they are giant diamonds because they are nothing but carbon and oxygen compressed down under a whole lot of heat and pressure. And you know what that turns carbon into. Dear Sterling Prospect, I'm right here. I may as well just drop it off. Alicors, don't get me wrong, I love the layout, but the info smaller, please. Gear up. Oh, what do you mean? The elite track? Unfortunately, I can't make that any smaller. You just have to, you know, open it up and then close it again when you aren't using it. Top right, top right. Oh, that. Yeah, just make it smaller. Gotcha. I was like, wait a minute, what? Am I running some screens that I shouldn't be running here? I see what you mean. They were just trying to, yeah, even it out. Yeah. Because that info panel doesn't really give anything interesting. I agree. You could shrink that down real easily, have the contacts move them to the right. Gotcha. Now we're all on the same page. Hydrogen, methane, fusion. Best thing about a cast iron skillet, you can cook it over a campfire, you can cook it over a gas stove, you can cook it over a jet engine. It doesn't care, it's cast iron. IMAGE, SDSS J124043.01 plus 671034.68. White Dwarf, 96% oxygen makeup. Goodness. And it's still a pain in the ass to fly around, I will guarantee it. Not sure if you saw this earlier. I'm going to copy-paste this for myself. Speaking of stars, and thank you, by the way, Riku. I didn't catch that. I went straight down from the bubble the other week, and there was like a hole where there were no stars whatsoever. And right next to it, a class of O, B, and A-type stars. Bundled up. Really weird. Wish I had a picture. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Almost straight down from the bubble. Now, do you mean below, like, you know, just go straight down from the galactic rim, or do you mean, like, south? Byung, newbie question? No such thing. What kind of ship are you flying? I am flying a Python. Medium-sized, absolutely spectacular ship. 1.97 G. Right, let's level the ship out this time so I don't pull a repeat of my last adventure. Come on. There we go, some retro thrust. Gear down.
Lowering landing gear.
Now, I do fly in a Fer-de-Lance quite a bit, but no, it's a Python. They have somewhat similar shapes. I can see where you'd think that.
100 meters from touchdown.
But this thing is like the most spectacular multi-roll you can get. It can go anywhere.
This facility is on high alert, Commander. Security level Alpha is in effect.
High alert, gotcha. Riku, check this out on the galaxy map. HD 225206. Alright, one moment.
Incoming mission critical message.
Mining expansion sport needs 27 units of lithium hydroxide. Lithium hydroxide. A lot of lithium hydroxide needed. Interesting. You can get that in ice rings. Okay, HD 225206. Let's go have a look. So you said there's a region of, like, no stars whatsoever. Huh. That's an interesting little cluster there. Just kind of this vertical... 24 light years. That's... We could make that jump fairly easily, to be honest. Interesting little star cluster here. I mean, I imagine it's been mapped to hell and gone, but... So it looks like it's just some kind of star cluster. Also, 2 mass means that it's in part of a real-life star catalog. Yeah, it looks to be the result of an astronomy scan if it's in line with Sol. I would agree. McBurney's Point. Yeah, so it's just a straight-up interesting star cluster. You run into them a few times, but this close, that's neat. Kind of curious if I can get... Oh, you're a big one, ain't ya? I thought you were. TTS 4B. TTS 8 4B. Look down, there's probably a nebula. Well, there's the cluster, so let's click there again. I'm not seeing any nebula. You're the first person I've heard praising the Python. You could be the first person ever. Oh no, I'm not. Python is love. Python is awesome. Python ain't cheap. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm not seeing any nebulas or anything down here. It just looks like a very close star cluster. Well, let's face it, without the nerf, the Python would have literally been a flying cheat code. Yeah, it's... Well, going down that far, you know, this far out from the... Let's look at the galaxy map again. So, yeah, we are in a fairly sparse region of the galaxy, all things considered. I mean, you go over here to areas like the core regions, the sidereal wall, the near and far 3 kiloparsec arms. Star density is off the chart. Here, let's map something. Let's find something. But out here at the bubble, I mean, yes, we're still in one of the spiral arms, but there's less vertical density, I should say. I mean, up above and down below the galactic plane, there's just less, you know, there's less mass, less material. Image, then you need a new chart. I really do. I really do. Vulture's a good ship too, Byung. I like the Vulture. It is a fun little fighter. Oh, where is our next planetary scan job? Narvert. Excuse me, bit of a hiccup there. Thank you, Alicors. Gear up. Yep, in this area, we got certain thoughts and feelings about the Geelback. Oh, you were first to discover a few of those. Nice. Congratulations, especially that close to the Sol system. But as far as I can tell, below the plane is one of the least explored regions of the galaxy. Everybody either goes straight out or up.
Incoming mission critical message.
That'll help. Alright, Narvert 8A. Also included some Earth-likes, some water worlds. You know, they were just finding new Guardian ruins out in the, Drea Haipu sector. About 12,000 light years away. Preah Haipu, that's the one. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I flew through that sector twice on the way out and the way back from Colonia. But I just honked the horn and I looked and I'm like, that's nothing. That's crappy stars, crappy planets. Nope. Well, if I'd actually bothered to go out and look and gotten within 1,000 light seconds of some of those worlds, you know, could have spotted some Guardian ruins. Byung, only criticism I have about the Vulture is the co-pilot seat is kind of useless. Unless you go with turrets. Now, granted, turrets on a Vulture is a little iffy for a proposition, but it has the maneuverability that while the pilot is dancing circles around an opponent, a gunner with a good pair of turrets could pretty well snipe and blink away without any, or with very little fear of reprisal. If it had 4 hard points, well, then it would be called a Federal assault ship now, wouldn't it? Vulture Type 2 for anti-Xeno missions, that'd be fun. But no, in all seriousness, a Vulture Type 2 is the Federal assault ship. It's a Vulture, it's got the maneuverability, kind of iffy on the shields, it's got the speed, it's got the 2 large hardpoints, and it's got 2 supplementary mediums. I mean, yes, it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit fatter, it's a little bit taller. It doesn't have a 4-head, it's got a 5-head, but, you know. It is a core dynamics design through and through. Isn't that right, Yuki? Yuki blinked at me. Yuki agrees. Riku, if you want to see a huge star and a small one in the same system, HIP 928, at least on the star map menu. Tell you what, if you want to see a big star, Riku, fly out to Betelgeuse. It's only like 600 light years away. Good for hunting supergiants. No cat cam today. The cats are wandering about and not in a particularly cammable region. I know, Alicors. We will get a Hank and a Yuki back at some point. And then we'll have... Oh, VY Canis Majoris is absolutely amazing. It's just a little bit further out than Beetlejuice. But yeah, you, you jump into VY Canis and you think, oh, this is a pretty big star, and then you notice that, you've dropped out at something like 10, 12, 15,000 light seconds from the star. Like, oh, I'm out beyond Saturn's orbit. Byung, I may have the rank for the Federal Assault Ship. I think you gotta be, not midshipman, but... I don't even know. Upon Avalanche, 07, Commander. I can't even keep my Federal rank straight anymore. I hit Admiral and it's like, yep, that's it. Alright, there's the search zone, other side of the planet, of course. How are we tonight? We are well. Saw a hell of a show with SpaceX. I'm still getting chills just thinking about that, that dual landing they did of the boosters. Also seeing the guy in the seat of the convertible. Well, the spacesuit looking like a, you know, a nice mannequin there. Alright, so we got a search zone here. Yes, that launch was amazing. Hello, little miss. I don't know anything about the core yet, Upon. I would really like to know if the core booster survived the landing. They've got a live stream of him on his escape trajectory. Oh, that's just damn cool. Riku, 17 jumps out from the destination you're heading towards. Soon! Did somebody say soon? Silb? Seeb? Oh, this is what happens when I, fail. Yep, finger was one key over, and then I get Seeb. Look, my keyboard at the moment is offset. It's a ways away from where a keyboard usually should be, because there's a microphone in the way. Oop. Right. Let's get a little bit more altitude here. Upon excuses. Yes! Excuses! Absolutely. So as I was heading for the surface a little too quickly for my tastes... Riku, don't have a microphone then? Sure thing, let's try that. Let's prototype that right now and see what happens. Okay, so we just prototyped no microphone. What'd everybody think? Yes, Alicors, I can't get the map selected properly until, you know, I'm out in the SRV. Well, this place is just all kinds of unfriendly terrain. Grief, they put me in the Badlands. And now that there's somebody operating a leaf blower outside my window, I'm thinking maybe I should go without a microphone. Have I seen Archer? It's been a while. Ravenhawk, yeah, they landed the 2 boosters, and we're still trying to figure out if they landed the 3rd one yet, and I'd really like to know about that. Alright, and this place does have sentry drones, etc. I'm gonna see if I can get in and around and get the scan. Stupid leaf blowers. It's Seattle. It's raining. He is trying to blow water out of puddles in the rain. Microconductors, bio-waste. You know, that reminds me, I need to go visit Marco Quent. Riku, what's the system name with the giant-ass star? Type it. Well, there's Betelgeuse, and there's VY Canis Majoris. Those are both supergiant stars. See how close I can get, see if I can actually get the, doesn't look like I'm gonna get it, so... Yep, trespass zone. Yep, they don't like me. Now, where did I put my ship? Engines.
Converting power to requested system.
Set 1-2.
Power to shields.
Not too terribly worried about those drones behind me. Shields are holding up pretty well. He said as the shields start to fall a little bit. Come on. Yes, 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 under attack. Oh, don't you be shooting up my ship. I would do these missions if you didn't need a rover and it was straight up bombing run. Yeah. Gear up.
Landing gear up.
We're gone. So, here's a thing that's just a great big pile of stupid. This system scan to find this base was given to me by the Errantry Alliance. This base belongs to the Errantry Alliance. What the hell, guys? Transformer tech, have it shift into a combat walker. Oh, that would be fun. Moo, can you take a look at LHS 153A? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm outpacing those skimmers, so yeah. LHS 153. White dwarf star, not a neutron. Yeah, staring at a white dwarf star is bad on the eyes. Flying into a white dwarf star is bad on the everything. But no, white dwarf stars are pretty to look at, but I can't stand them for anything else. Now, Alicors, have you been to 63835? Alright, and how big a bounty do I have? I've got a bounty on me for the next 5 minutes for trespassing. Oh well. Alicors, go to HIP 63835 and you tell me about a crazy star system. It's close to the bubble. Hell, I could probably fly out there real quick, but... In fact, I will fly out there real quick because you said you're flying back to Narvert, so, you know, don't want to divert you too badly there, but... I've said it before, I'll say it again because it is one of my favorite star systems, hands down, period, end of sentence, in Elite Dangerous. HIP 63835. I spotted the system at something like 60 light years away because I was flying out in that region and I saw a fuzzy dot on the map. Riku, when you showed me how to find black holes in the galaxy map, does the black hole represent the black hole at the center of the star system? Yes. It represents it at center mass. But no, I flew to 63835 Alicors, and I spotted it 60 light years out, and it looked like a fuzzy dot in the sky. And so then I checked the galaxy map, and it looked like a fuzzy dot on the map after doing some searching around there. And that's when I got really curious. So I flew there. Let's see here, Riku. When it comes to systems where there's a star and a black hole, but the sun has more mass, the galaxy map won't display it. As far as I know, yes. And 63835 is a good example of that. Also, Maya. Maya has the same thing, M-A-I-A. That has a great big O-class star as the system primary and a black hole as the secondary. But you only see the primary on the map. Gear down.
The gear is down and locked.
So here's your mission. You paid me to find yourself, you morons. We need a better class of leadership. You know what I mean. And another planetary scan job in Narvert. No, 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 no. I know how this goes. Alicors, I'm still trying to speak to Frontier. Hair Trigger. Possibly both? Riku, is this sub-only chat? No, it shouldn't be. So here's 63835. And if you... Let me see if actually... 400 light years away here. I've got it directly locked onto now. Let's see if I can see it from here. Hello, little Yuki. Gear up.
Retracting landing gear.
Okay, 63835, 427 light years away. Can I see it? Actually, I can see it. It's faint, but it's there. So if you turn off the star map, it actually shows up as a fuzzy dot on the map. Which was a little strange. So I got curious, I went there. Honked the horn and immediately fired my equipment for coming into work drunk. So we got the primary. We got the secondary black hole. We've got the C black hole. We've got the D black hole. And then we've got these planets, which are actually stars. I mean, come on, ABCD9 is actually an A-class star. This would be a very large primary star in any other system. I mean, what's the specs on this? 1.89 solar masses, 1.6 solar radius. This thing is much bigger than the Sun. This thing's a G-class star. This thing is, near as makes no difference, our Sun. And here, it's planet 10. And the moon around this quote-unquote planet is a T-class brown dwarf star. And the moon has moons. In fact, this would be a small but serviceable planet in many other star systems. Atmosphere, 90% sulfur dioxide, 5% rock vapor, 3% oxygen. Moonception. Damn it, Moon. Ravenhawk Gaming, 31 minutes ago from reports following SpaceX launch, still no word from Musk or SpaceX about what happened to the core booster. However, the long silence suggests it did not land as planned on a ship in the Atlantic, but likely crashed into the sea. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and sometimes SSTO means single stage to ocean. I mean, given how hard that thing was burning for, I mean, didn't they put that thing into GTO? That's always, yeah, exactly, Ravenhawk. Still a massive achievement. I mean, that thing was burning a good portion of, putting a good portion of power towards getting up into geosynchronous transfer orbit. And that's always a little iffy. Coming back down, I know, that's kind of on the edge of their recovery envelope. Rico, geosynchronous transfer orbit, it means their geosynchronous orbit is an orbit over the equator where the satellite is orbiting at exactly the same speed as the Earth turns below it, so the satellite appears fixed in a fixed point in the sky. It's used for communication satellites a lot because then it is like a permanent fixture in the sky over an area. And it can just keep looking down over that area, and then if you need to call somebody from the other side of the planet, they've got their own geosync satellite, which send the signal up, bounces around to the next satellite over, and that satellite beams the signal back down to Earth over the area it's covering. Ravenhawk, you don't mind if I post a link to a failure compilation? No, go right ahead. I think I know the one you're talking about. It wasn't an explosion, it was a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. Alcors reminds me of Gears of War Hammer of Dawn. Slightly less beam strength, but the principle is somewhat similar. Falcon Heavy, Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Initiating docking procedure.
Position authorized. Adjust heading for approach to badge 3-3.
Copy 3-3. Gear down.
Deploying gear.
Alright, let's pay off our fines here. For finding your own damn base. Yeah, okay, maybe we don't need a better class of leadership. We do need a better class of, say, administrator and middleman here. I have taken too many assassination missions from Mr. Grimes here, where I take out some pirate lord or another, and he's like, oh, whoops, that was a pirate lord, it just wasn't the one we were aiming for. Don't mind me, that's just the sound of me trying to massage that throbbing vein back into my head. I find it interesting the feed cut out on the live stream for the third booster. If they have good footage of failed landings to the point of a fireball explosion knocking the camera flying. Yeah, something may have gone very, very screwy. This is HIP 5881, so I know they aren't gonna... I know they aren't going to, this isn't going to be an Errantry Alliance base. 1.2 million? Alcor's GoPros are resilient, should have used those. Well, there's still the problem of getting the signal from the GoPro back to the, back to shore. Ah, 5881, let's do it. 1.2 million extra points. Oh, what do you want now? Gear up. Stu, the landing pad was called Of Course I Still Love You, I believe. Initiate jump sequence on my mark.
Okay.
Mark.
Hyperspace jump engaging.
Congrats, Rico. 2 jumps away. Riku from 2 jumps away from the nebula. Very nice. While you're out there, see if you can find any Guardian ruins. Vox, they had to call it a drone ship since the term barge was patented, if I remember correctly.
Incoming mission critical message.
I'm not entirely sure on that. I think it's actually a classification they had to use for licensing on it. Because if it was a barge, I mean, it does have steering thrusters on board. Where, you know, for sea, you know, for station keeping at sea. Whereas a barge is unpowered. So I think it was a case of classification there. And Guardian runes, if you're within 1,000 light seconds of a planet, I believe it'll pick up as Guardian runes or alien sight or something like that. I need to go out and check on that on my own, actually. Yeah, there was some kind of legal issue involved. It's like, you know, my friend Stalker, his brother was a contractor making, you know, building embassies out in building U.S. Embassy in Afghanistan. And the the blueprints called for a swimming pool. And then the blueprints got changed, so no swimming pool. You know, you have to change the blueprints because we can't allow swimming pools. Security hazard or something like that. So he didn't so much remove the swimming pool as cross out swimming pool and write open air water storage lagoon. And then they put it in. Hank, what you doing there, buddy? You hanking? I do believe you are. You are like the hankinest right now. Riku, I want Frontier to make nebulas more beautiful once you're in them. Well, they aren't bad. I mean, what else are you going to do? You're just... I'm not sure. I understand why, you know, they've... It's a bit of a problem, to be honest. Where's the search site? Ain't here yet. There we go, search site. I mean, if they made them... I don't know, because it's not exactly like flying through fog. Not exactly like the Mutara Nebula in Star Trek 2, because it only looks, you know, like... It only looks that dense from, you know, several thousand light years away. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what a nebula would look like from the inside, to be honest. But I don't think it would be like a room full of smoke. Interesting thought exercise. Also, I am coming in a little hot here, so let's not do that. Let's not do that. Now what I want Frontier to do is fix the Eagle Nebula. I was so disappointed when I found out, you know, I was so excited when I found out, oh boy, we can fly out to the Eagle Nebula. And then I saw what it was, and I was very, very sad. Because instead of the Pillars of Creation, instead of the Eagle Nebula, you got generic background nebula number 12. You're down.
Down and locked.
Well, there's my scan right there. Riku, which nebula had the Pillars of Creation in it, supposedly? Eagle. The Eagle Nebula. Unfortunately, it looks nothing like it does in the pictures from Hubble. It's very disappointing in that respect. A much better nebula would actually be flying around the Pleiades cluster. Speaking of Eagle, I do have it bookmarked. Why are there a bunch of stars lined up inside of it? That is the star-forming regions. So they've got the pillars. Those would be the pillars, except it doesn't... the external visual imagery doesn't match up with it. That's the weird part. Alright. Well, looks like we got another, Wait a minute. That defense turret is wanted. That defense turret is wanted. Set 3-2.
Configuring for attack.
Set 3-1.
Transferring power to weapons.
Huh. Interesting. Come on. All these things are wanted. Also, I'm in a good region. I was gonna say I'm in a good region. Okay, they've got bomber drones. Let's get rolled around here. I should have brought my ship that actually has some air-to-ground capability. There, can't shoot me here, can ya? Pleiades, let's see here. Yeah, like Maya, M-A-I-A.
Shields online.
That's how it's spelled. It's where all the Thargoids are. I got a bounty on me. Everything here was wanted. So points like this where, yes, I just wish I could rain hellfire down from the sky and handle all these problems. You know, my mission briefing would begin with, after the bombing run is concluded. Riku, yeah, Barnard's Loop looks amazing. That entire area is spectacular. The Orion Molecular Cloud Complex. The Flame and California Nebulas also look amazing. Gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Alright, let's get back home. Now, unfortunately, Riku, there's a lot of area out there that's been closed off. a lot of those sectors are restricted, and that's making a lot of people wonder, is that Thargoid space? Is that going to be opened up for paid content later? Is that story stuff that nobody wants to, Frontier doesn't want us to explore right now? Lots of questions and not very much in the way of answers.
Incoming mission critical message.
Oh, now what do you want? No idea. Glidden, you beautiful station, I've also missed you. I brought a friend out here to bring him out to the area, and he's like, wow, this place is a absolute hole. Don't make me send you back to Imperial space, buddy. Exactly, that's my hole you're talking about. So to speak. Yeah. Find me a parking spot.
Entry guidance computations complete. Vectors for descent.
Request approved. Cleared for landing on docking bay 37.
Copy 37. You down?
Deploying landing gear.
5 minutes in Russia. What better day than today for some elite? I agree. Unfortunately, you just caught me at sign-off time. About the time I take off every day because, well, unfortunately there's a real world and a whole lot of errands that need to be done. Let's turn in this mission. Yeah, I know. People go, real life. Believe me, I would love to live here. Maybe not Narver, the place as a whole. Yeah, it's that, Riku, it's that big blue room outside that, clear wall in your house. Well, theoretically a big blue room. It's Seattle, so kind of iron gray room. But yes, that's going to do it for me, Ravenhawk. No problem. Love talking to folks. 5 minutes in Russia before you go. How about them booster rockets landing back on Earth? Yes, that's what I think about it. I'm just still absolutely stunned by it, just poleaxed. It's incredible, and it's amazing, and I can't wait to see what they got planned next. Probably, and I'd fail or success, I would love to hear what happened to the core booster. Because that sounds like whatever else happened, that was very... Yeah, whatever else happened with it, it must have been very interesting. Riku, no, I won't be on tomorrow. Wednesday's my day off for doing the big majority of real-world stuff. But I will try to get a video out on YouTube. I'm going to try to make a Mark II version of the Neutron Highway, combining the in-game plotter and the Spanch site, because that's what I use to get out to the, get out to Colonia in like 6 hours. 5 minutes. It went to the Atlantic Ocean, I believe. Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, SSTO is a great thing, but sometimes it means Well, yeah, it went back to... Yeah, it was never supposed to land with the other two. We knew that one. They deployed the drone ship. But we still don't know what happened to it. If it landed on the drone ship, if it landed in the Atlantic, if it splashed down, and exploded, if it caught on fire, fell down, then sank into the swamp. Alicors, because as you know, odd numbers annoy me. Well, thank you so much for those 100 bits. I shall put them to good use in my bits collection there. And in the meantime, yes, I will be back on Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. And, yeah, no idea what we're doing, but I'm sure we'll find something to amuse ourselves with. In the meantime, always great to talk to folks, always great to meet new people, and always great to geek out about space, either here or in the real world, which I've been told some people have some confuzzlement about, but space, spaceships, awesomeness abounds. Take care, everybody. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, do not attempt the triple booster landing. Take care, everybody. Have a good evening, and I will see you on Thursday.